Yeah, and I think that was a really smart usage of R5 by BLG here, because with the Nautilus getting locked in, you take a look at the team that WE had before their last 2 picks. This is like a pretty this is a Kaisa angle, right?
Oh, risky plays. And we're seeing a lot of people dropping pretty low health. This is where you...
Okay. Oh, nice serve there. Scars that hit level 6. Knight not going to hit the seismic shove, even though Vampire is here, and they know that this will go right over to Karis. First blood for WE. Well played. Objective will be taken quite yet. We do have Grubs in about a minute.
Ooh.
We have a Pantheon ult coming up top as Bin is looking to link up. And it's Shadow. Cube down to about half HP. And he doesn't have an ultimate to get out. There's a flash in the back pocket. We'll land the double knockup, but it looks like he is just going down with the ship. And it's going to be Shadow getting credit for that one.
WE, they are going to start up these grubs. You do have multiple members for WE in the area as well. And with Shadow up on the top side of the map, it looks like there's not going to be any response from him down onto the Drake. This is just a free take for them right here. This is nice to be able to pick up, right? Neither of these teams are incredibly good at using these grubs. It's not like you've got yourself a Yorick on squad where you'd love to have that in the back pocket, but it is still going to be a nice objective to be able to pick up.
Team WE will be able to claim the dragon fairly easily without a contest. Honestly, blocks are a real pro-level move, and if you want to play like the pros in your own solo queue games, hook not landed by On, and now we're going to go with the ultimate. On will be able to burn the cleanse. The Twisted advances on him, and he's a little too far ahead, is Monkey.
Yeah.
For a turnaround here. Big knockups coming through. Vampire got hit. The exhaust is out, but it's on to On. Vampire is dying. Here comes the teleport in as Taeyun looking to fight safely, looking to take out Shadow, but he can't before Vampire dies. And Bin joins the party, and he's eating Taeyun alive. Won't be able to find Karis, but Knight will chase him down, and he's stuck in a corner. He's being rifled by rocks, and he'll be forced to flash away. We'll see.
Oh, Monkey, hang on.
Wrong side of the tracks right here. He's going to get rooted up himself. Shadow
No
is
flash.
going to go right on top of him.
What?
Monkey is able to survive through that. Now Vampire and Taeyun also in a weird spot. The Vampire's just going to die.
Position, giving over that kill to BLG. And BLG, they're just managing to find themselves these little picks here. Again, Taeyun just going to get jumped, and he's immediately taken out.
Yep. It's another kill going over the side of BLG as they begin to take over to the game.
These team fights and pay it back because the damage available to him already is huge.
Team WE aggressively going for this dragon. Remember, we do think they have good scaling here with Karis, but with this dragon resetting, all of a sudden they are in a bit of a weird spot. Knight is ready. Weaver's wall coming in to cut them all off.
Oh my.
But guess what? Knight's cut off himself. He's got to flash over the wall. But Elk is able to free hit. But here comes Sion choo-chooing through, splitting the gap as Shadow falls. Vampire stays alive, but Taeyun and the dragon's on top of him. Monkey goes to finally help out his AD carry, and Team WE take the win.
Over aggressive right there from BLG. On steps up in a situation he had no right to. Knight as well put himself in a terrible position, having to flash back over the wall to get himself out again. Elk and Knight, though, still hunting, still potentially looking to see what they can do. And this is the difference right here. Bin did not have his teleport up and available, so they were down a member in this fight. The difference, though, is that Bin's going to be able to pick himself up a tower, whereas in the previous fight, where Cube doesn't join, he only grabs a couple result in the dragon being picked up as well. That's now the second dragon for WE.
I don't know if you noticed, but Elk got caught by the hostile takeover. Speaking of being hostile, getting served up is Bin, and his ultimate is not going to land. He's going to flash out, but the rest of BLG are trying to help him out on from behind. Looking to cause some disruption. Karis is going to put the turret down. He's going to get rooted up. Knight with a big seismic shove there as the health bars begin to get low, but so does Ons. He's got to get out. Monkey stunned up. Cube had teleported in.
And BLG, do they want to come and respond? Bin, down in the bottom lane, does have teleport.
All right, Shadow, Knight in the area, down to about 2,000 HP.
TP.
The question is, can Shadow get close? No, sir. And now we're going to go all the way in. Monkey just trying to create some space. He's going to flash away as On goes down. The hostile takeover was perfect. Knight will fall, but Elk is still getting an opportunity to hit. He's got a good flash as Bin came from behind, and EWE alive. Shadow moving forward. He's on Karis. Bin trying to survive as Elk is desperately trying to help his top laner, and he does survive. And it's a triple kill for Shadow and a big win, an ace for BLG.
The difference for BLG is the bin teleport into the backline. The early fight goes wrong. On dies almost immediately, but it doesn't matter. It just buys enough time for Bin to complete the teleport, get into the backline, and start ripping so that you can then go and pick yourself up a Drake. But obviously we've got a little while until the next Drake is going to be spawning. It should at least get a charge off. Never mind, good seismic shove coming through. That's just going to be a wasted objective. And now BLG potentially stepping up right here. Cube still very tanky though. He is able to body block and frontline very well for his team. And Bessa backline though, Bin, another flank.
Weaver's wall too, but guess what? On's already dead. But front to back is what gets the job done. Bin is stuck in the back line, desperately trying to fade back, but will finally fall. Elk is still full HP as Kars tries to get on top of him, but Knight is throwing rocks, and WE are glass houses right now. It's a double kill for Elk. Kars is stuck in the jungle, and he will die tonight. Another ace for BLG. Clinical domination.
Yeah, these fights, they're messy, right? They're not easy to execute, but it doesn't matter. Whether or not you lose a couple members, BLG, they keep coming out on top of the fights, and they're going to be able to turn this one around into an Atakan. They can also just instantly turn and grab themselves the Drake as well. A huge swing in terms of effective stats for the squad. And this is what we needed to see from them, right? They've got themselves the slightly earlier game focus composition with the Pantheon. Monkey can chuck his ulti through Taehoon, chucks his ulti through Vampire, chucks his ulti through. One of them has to hit. It doesn't matter if he's got Spell Shield and Cleanse. Cube gonna get bullied away from this tower. Mid lane tier 2 is going to fall. The response from WE is to grab themselves a top lane tier 1. Incredibly hard to do so. You can see the battle over the mid lane priority. On might potentially be caught though.
Yeah, let's see. Can they burst him out? Trying to get him closer to Taehoon and Vampire. Weaver's wall cuts them all off now. Taehoon's in a pretty rough spot. Shadow trying to do what he can, but on the backside, it's Knight just continuously throwing rocks.
Shadow
going to drop his ultimate down, but he's not going to hit anybody. His Bin gets to that backline again. Hostile takeover ain't going to do enough. Kars has to slide over, but it does not matter. BLG lay WE to slaughter.
They think that they found themselves a catch onto On, but it just baits the members in way too far. Bin going to attempt to get the kill. Teleport out is going to save at least one member right here for WE, but it doesn't matter. BLG, they win the fight, and they take the Baron as their prize.
They tried. It was not successful. We did not see the ultimate we needed to see out of Vampire. Kars didn't even have his up for that fight.
Yeah.
Very useful play by Shadow on that side lane. Very underrated there.
And they snap those kills up immediately. The response on the back end, of course, is the Baron. As you said, they're also going to grab themselves this Drake. That's now 2 Infernal Drakes in their back pocket as well. The effective stats are huge. And I think nothing demonstrates the problem that WE are having in this game more than the fact that Elk is currently deathless in this game. You can see Knight is able to hold this mid lane by himself with 4 members strong in the bottom lane. This tower is soon to fall. And as soon as it does, there's a potential for just a snap engage out of BLG. WE do good in reacting.
All right, we're going to go right on Cube, and they have the damage to be able to take him out. Ultimate landed by Taehoon, but it only chunks out Shadow. Meanwhile, over the mid lane, Bin looking to take care of Kars. The Emperor's Divide will be able to get him out.
And used defensively again, though, isn't able to find himself any big proactive praise is Kars. And now BLG, they are going to crack open the base. The bot lane inhibitor falls. The mid lane inhibitor will go down too. BLG wisely decide not to keep up the push. There's no need to without super minions pouring into the base.
And loose with their play. So seeing them tighten it up is very, very nice.
Bit of damage done here onto Monkey. He's actually going to have to pop the ulti through. Not ideal.
All right, well, Knight has caught himself in a corner. Bin does get exhausted, but it doesn't matter, Bloxer. Look at all the damage. As that tree gets chopped down.
Worried about that ulti as well. The Nature's Grasp being used there to not even save his own life. Oh, good catch, though, Knight.
Yeah, he's gone golden. Guess who's going to try to help out? It's Shadow. But guess what? Shadow in a 1v3, reminiscent of the Battle of Thermopylae. It's 300 v a lot of guys. Shadow goes down to the GA, but the rest of his team are able to bail him out. Emperor's Divide just to shove him away and keep him alive. And guess what? On and Elk finally show up to the party to take out the turrets and end game 1.
Apparently, all BLG needed to end this game was to have a pick happen on tonight. He still manages to get away. It's going to be a deathless game right here out of Elk, and a real show out of all of the members of BLG.
These were some of the best highlights from today's matchup. Which moment was your favorite? Let me know in the comment section below. This is OP, and I'll see you tomorrow. Take care.